All right, traders. Today is April 23rd, 2024. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Time, here in Cape Coral. This is the Tuesday night webinar. We do one every Tuesday night. You'll get a little webinar from either me, Rick, or Doug. And we talk about different skills that you could use to find success in your trading. So tonight's webinar, hey Sonny, tonight's webinar, success in trading comes from finding, knowing, and recognizing your edge. All right. So let's go through a little bit of the other stuff, then we'll get right into it. First, all right. So my name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room, and this is my email address. Right there. You can reach me at any time, even if you're not a member of BYOB. I'm happy to help out anybody. Below that is my YouTube channel. All right. It's right there. www.youtube.com/@BeYourOwnBoss. There's an underscore over here. All right. So it's B-your-own_boss. All right. My Facebook group right there. All right, you can take a picture, snap a photo of this if you like, and then you can go join my YouTube channel or my Facebook group. I'd appreciate it. Please hit the like and the subscribe and click the bell so you're notified whenever I got another video out there. I put out 2 videos every day. Usually the first one is the morning market conditions and analysis, and then I do a market wrap-up. And you'll find them on my Facebook. Hey, thanks, Ed. Yeah, you'll find them on my Facebook as well as my YouTube channel. All right, so, and then we'll hit the next one. And thanks for being here. I believe your time is valuable. This webinar is being recorded, and you will be able to find it on my YouTube channel right there. And if you want a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, okay, that's also available. All you got to do is email me. Thanks, Trader X. All right. All you got to do is email me, send me the PowerPoint presentation. I'll take care of you. All right. Trading involves risk. All right. So you got to do your own due diligence. All right. So any advice from us is not guarantee future results. So you gotta do your own due diligence. You gotta do your own homework. All right. So make sure this is right for you before trading real money. And I urge everybody to paper trade before you start trading with real money. I would hate to see any of you lose some money. All right, over strategies that you're not confident or sure about. All right. So I've been trading for a while, and my favorite. Let's talk about the edge first. We'll get into the 2-hour stack just a minute. All right. When you got an edge, all right. First of all, we don't want to pick tops and bottoms, okay? Because you find yourself running out of money trying to guess the top and the bottom, or the bottom, top or the bottom, top and the bottom. Either way, picking tops and bottoms doesn't work. What I like to find is a trend. All right, I like to find a bigger trend, and then inside that bigger trend, I like to find the smaller trend. All right, and I like to trade that smaller trend until the 3 crosses back over the 8. That's my edge right there. Now, I don't pick tops and bottoms, so a lot of times I feel like I have an edge when I'm buying close to support. Okay, if I'm buying far away from support, I find that I don't have as much of an edge as I do. Now, if I'm selling close to resistance, I find that I have that as an edge. All right. So when I'm selling far away from resistance, in other words, I don't want to be selling right on top of support. Okay, I always find that to be like a very bad risk to reward ratio. Okay, I haven't got much further to go. Now, there'll be times when I'll take that trade, but it won't be a full position. All right, I will expect it to fail. All right, if you want to do that trade, that's fine, but I'm saying kind of expect that trade to fail, or get ready to bail on that, or manage that trade tight, because there is a good possibility that it will fail because you're right on top of support. If you're going to start shorting things right on top of support, or you're going to go long right underneath resistance. All right, it's just bad form. So a lot of times it's better just to pass and be patient, okay? Wait till price gets on top of support and consolidates. And now you've got an edge because now you're right on top of support and you're looking for that breakout candle to the upside, all right? So like that's where I have my edge. My edge comes from having a tight stop. And my tight stops come from finding locations of support when I'm going long and finding locations of resistance when I'm going short. Okay, now there's two types of support and resistance. You got horizontal support. It's regularly just a horizontal line. And then you've got diagonal support and resistance, which happens to be the trend line, okay? So they both act in the same way, all right? You can call it a trend line, or you can call it diagonal support or diagonal resistance. Either way, you recognize that when you get to that location, all right, in the past, you've observed that price has a reaction when it gets to that line, whether it's horizontal or diagonal. All right, it bounces back and reverses direction and bounces back into the trend that it was going in the first time. All right, so that's the important part of it, is that you recognize in the past when price got here, it turned around and went back in the other direction. All right, so now we don't want to buy right at the diagonal support, okay? We want to kind of look for the bulls to step in, all right? If we're going to go long, you want to see some sign of bulls stepping in, all right? You want to see some good-sized green candles or a lot of bullish price action, all right? And that comes from the horizontal line too, all right? You want to find some sort of confirmation. All right, we just don't want to be buying blindly. Yeah, price reversed when it got here before, okay, but it doesn't guarantee that it's going to do it today. Okay, it doesn't guarantee. We want to see signs of red candles being erased by green candles. Okay, and then we also. No chart yet. No chart yet. Hey, Angel and AA, how you doing? Anyways, we want to see signs of price reversing and then consolidating in a bullish manner. All right, that's what we're looking for. We want to see price turn around, the bulls step in. We just don't want to see a bounce. We want to see a bounce with conviction. We want to see a bounce with confirmation. In other words, it bounces up and it holds. You want it to hold after it bounces. You want it to consolidate. You don't want it to bounce and then do another reverse and come right back down towards your diagonal line or your horizontal line, okay? That's the important part. You got to recognize the difference, okay? There's a bounce, but we also want it to bounce with conviction. In other words, after it bounces, We want to see it hold the area that it bounced to, okay? Or put in a higher low. That's another way of finding conviction, okay? We get the higher low, because after we get that higher low, okay, we know that the mental pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce the higher high, okay? And now once we get price going back 50% back up, from where it came down, it pulled back to and made that higher low. That's a sign of bullishness. In other words, the bulls recover 50% of that pullback. That's bullish. That's where I want to start nibbling into that next trade. And just as price erases that red candle pullback, okay, that's when I want to nail it. All right. So I'm going to have some charts here in a minute. Okay. Yep. I'm going to have some charts right now. We're just doing some verbiage so we can talk about it as I get into it, so you're prepared for it. Okay. So what I'm looking for on the bigger time frame, I'm a day trader. Okay. So I'm not a monthly swing trader. I'm not a buy and hold or buy and get married to it. I'm mainly a day trader. I want to get in and I want to get out. All right. So I'm looking for on the bigger time frame, okay, because I want the overall market to be on my side. Okay. I'm looking for a 2-hour stack. All right. Now what the 2-hour stack is when I have price, okay, is on my 2-hour chart. Okay. This says 10-minute chart. That's supposed to be 2-hour chart. We're going to fix that right now. All right. So on my 2-hour chart, I want price. I want price on top of my 3 EMA. This is what I'm looking for. I want price and my 3 EMA on top of my 8 EMA. Okay. Now I want price, the 3 EMA, the 8 EMA also on top of a rising 17 EMA on the 2-hour chart. That's my definition of the bullish stack. Okay. That's the bullish 2-hour stack. All right. We're going to hit the next slide. All right, now we're going to talk about the bullish 10-minute stack. It's the same thing, all right? Price on the 10-minute chart. Now this one's supposed to say 10-minute chart. We'll fix that right now. There we go. All right, so on my 10-minute chart, I want price on top of my 3, 3 on top of my 8, 8 on top of my 17, and I want my 17 to be rising, all on the 10-minute chart. That's what I'm looking for. A 10-minute stack inside the 2-hour stack. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. Okay? I trade the 10-minute chart. Now to find the 10-minute chart that I want to trade, I look to the 2-hour charts. All right? I'm looking for a trend on the 2-hour chart, okay? When I find the trend, okay, all right, I jump in when I see green erases red, okay? Now, mind you, we just talked about our edge, okay? I don't want green erasing red right underneath resistance, okay? I want green erasing red as it's coming off. Yeah, I use VWAP on the 2-hour, but it's remember I'm not trading off the 2-hour. I'm trading off the 10-minute. So I mean, yeah, it's there on the 2-hour. I can't help it because I keep it on all my charts. I don't need it on the 2-hour because I'm really not using it. But on the 10-minute, I do need it. And to take it off of the 2-hour, I mean, I just flip time frames when I see my charts. So I just leave it on there. I know what it is. So I'm looking for green erasing red. All right, but I want it when price is coming off of resistance, okay, I want it when price is coming off of support and has shown me it can make a higher low, okay, it can make a higher low, or it can consolidate in a bullish nature. In other words, it gets to a location and consolidates over that resistance that it just broke through. Okay? That's the important part. You want to see bullish price action, but you also want to see bullish consolidation. Okay? Get to this area and hold the line. Okay? We don't want soldiers that are going to retreat. All right? We want soldiers that get up there and they hold the line up there, okay? They break through the resistance and they form a line. In other words, they form a consolidation of support candles showing me that they can hold the line. That's what I'm looking for, okay? That's my signs of bullishness. Okay, so I'm running out of slides here, so let's go take a look. Let's go take a peek at some charts right now so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Here's my price action, all right? This is a 10-minute chart, all right? This section right here, I'm gonna box it in for you right now. Okay, it's not just one candle. Okay, this is a pullback. Okay, we have a pop. Notice we have a pop, okay? And then we have a pullback, okay? Now, what I do, and I teach the traders in BYOB to do this, okay? I come over here, I get my drawing tools, all right? And I grab this bar line and I turn it to green because it popped up. That would be a bullish candle. And I fill it in, okay? I teach my traders, you fill that in. See if I can get it to work. Yep, here we go. It's working now. All right, you fill this in, okay? Because we popped up to here, okay? I fill it in with one big green candle so that they can look at it and examine it. Okay, so that was an igniting move right there. Okay, I don't know why that's, okay. All right, so that was an igniting move. All right, now I see here's a big green move. Now we got a pullback. Now I notice the pullback makes a higher low. Okay, that's okay, right off of this diagonal support right through here, right? Got diagonal support. That would be same thing as a trend line. Okay, I call it diagonal support. Okay, so now I see what I wanted to see, but now I see the higher low, okay? Now I want to see bulls erase the move. See this red move? Okay, this is the pullback. I want to see the bulls erase the red inside this box, okay? Now, they've erased the red. Now, I can get in right here. Okay, that's my entry candle. As soon as price breaks up over this red wick, right there, that's my entry candle. I can enter on this candle or the next candle. And I typically like to buy calls that are 50% of the 10-day ATR. You don't have to overthink it. If you don't have the 10-day ATR on your chart, don't worry about it. Just go in the money $3 to $4, okay? I like to be in the money. I have more room. I like to pick Friday options because Friday options have more open interest. Okay, now I do the same thing every single day. It's a grind for me, all right? I do this over and over and over and over. It's the same thing every single day, all right? I wait for the bulls to step in. I wait for green to erase red. I place my trade. Where's my stop go? Right underneath this candle right here, okay? If I break this candle right there, that little tail candle, I'm going to put an arrow on it right now. Right there. Okay, I'll zoom into it later so you can see it. All right, that's where my stop goes. I like to keep my stop nice and tight. Okay, because if If the bears erase this bullish move that we just had, then the trade has been corrupted. Okay, it's no longer viable until the bulls can get it back up here and erase what the bears have done. All right? If the bears take price underneath that tail candle, the trade is corrupted, the trade is over. Now, you got something like that. Okay, so where's that crosshair? See, that's 497.30, and my entry right here is 498.30. So that's $1 risk on a $500 stock. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, where's my stop go? 10 cents. I teach my traders 10 cents underneath that tail. All right, so I pull the crosshairs up. Where's the low? 497.29. So my stop is 497.18 or 19, whichever one you want. Okay, that's where my stop goes. That's where I get my edge. Okay, you understand? That's where the edge comes from, is recognizing my setup. Okay, bullish stack coming right off of support. Okay, green erases red. That's what I'm looking for. Check mark there. Okay, nice tight stop. I got a little tail candle there. $1 risk. I can load up on shares and calls, whichever one I choose to buy. Right here, and here's my stop, $1 away. All right, and look at what the risk to reward. It's like 4 to 1. 4 to 1. I got $1 risk here. Okay, this is 498, and the top is 502. So maybe not 4 to 1. Maybe like 3 to 1. That's like 4 to 1, right? 498, 502. That's 4 to 1 to me, isn't it? Right? You guys think that's 4 to 1? $1 risk. You go from 498 all the way up to 502. That's 4 to 1, right? You like that? Is that today's chart? That's yesterday's chart. That's yesterday's chart. Okay? All right, so there's yesterday's chart. You get the pullback, okay, and you come back up over here. That's where you have your edge. All right, 3 crosses back over the 8. Time to get out. Bullish and bearish engulfing candles. Time to get out. Okay, you got bearish engulfing near resistance. See 502.70 right here. Bearish engulfing near resistance, time to get out. All right, if it runs right through it, that's another story. Okay, but you get bearish engulfing right there, time to get out. We can always reload when the bulls come back up over these red candles. How do I find the pullbacks? Hey, Lucho, that's a great question. Yes, Matt, 4 to 1, love it, don't you? Okay, I trade the SPY. That's about the only thing I trade. I trade more than the SPY. Granted, I've got some positions in Krispy Kreme and Pfizer and Coinbase. But for the most part, all I trade is the SPY because the options are full of liquidity and they expire every day. Okay. Do I have a scanner? Yes. I use the LTA scanner and I find these pullbacks. More important is I find the 2-hour trends with the 10-minute trend. Yes, I move my stop up as price increases. Yes. Actually, I trade a little bit different, Centauri. Every one of these big candles that runs away from the 3 EMA, okay, I sell off a contract. When price comes back to the 3 EMA, I reload it. Okay? Away, I sell it, comes back, I reload it. Away, I sell it, comes back, reload it. away, sell it, comes back, reloads it. Okay, away, sell it, comes back, I reload it. Away, I sell them, come back and reload. Sometimes it takes off, Centauri, and I don't even get to reload it. But that's a good thing, isn't it? Wouldn't you love to have that problem? You know, price took off. You just don't want to run out of contracts, right? Okay. But the idea that it just takes off and it doesn't give you a chance to reload, hey, that's a good problem to have, right? I mean, who doesn't want that? Price just takes off and never came back to let me reload. Okay? The rest of your position is rising. I do move my stop up, but for the most part, as I unload and reload, my average keeps coming up. So I'll unload, reload, because remember, I'm buying a little bit higher. I'm buying this one a little bit higher. I'm reloading this one a little bit higher. I'm reloading this one a little bit higher. Okay? So what I do, when it gets away from the 3 EMA, I unload one. Comes back, I reload one. And I encourage you to move your stops up. 2 candles back. Always be 2 candles back. As you get near resistance or a target, tighten that up. All right? Okay, so now here's the next day. This is today, right here. Okay? See the red pullback again. We had the same scenario. The same exact scenario today. On the same thing, the SPY. Here's the pullback. All right? The pullback right there. Okay, so when green erases red, I can get in, right? All right? Green erases red. Okay, so here's the red. So as soon as price comes right over the body of those bodies right there. I don't do that. I kind of stick with what I got because I want to keep it going. I could change the stripes, but I'm not that good yet. I'm not that good yet. All right, I do better with keeping the same position and keep unloading the same calls at that point. But that's an interesting point, Matt. I should look into that. Is changing the strikes as price goes up. But I mean, I'm gonna keep. I picked my strike pretty much because of open interest. All right, and it's done on a Friday, so I'm picking the option that's on a Friday because Fridays have more liquidity than others. Do I feel stressed when I do this? No, because it's a grind for me, Carol, now. I just do the same thing over and over and over. Price goes away from the 3. I sell one off. Price comes back to the 3. I reload it. So, I mean, what's more stressful to me, Carol, is when I can't find a trend that's going to work for me. Okay, this becomes stressful when it just flatlines. Okay, and it doesn't move. This is exciting. This is like 3 men on the base, 3 guys on base, and I'm up to bat. This is where it gets exciting. All right? I know I'm not powerful enough to hit a grand slam, but if I can get a nice base hit and bring that guy home, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, this is where it gets exciting. This right here is stressful when it just flatlines like that because it's not going anywhere. Okay, that's where the stress. When you get into the chop or the flat line, that's where the stress is. This right here, this is super exciting. This is like watching baseball in your youth. Okay, that's what I love. Okay, so this one right here, price. You got the pullback. See these are 10-minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10-minute candle pullback right here. back to VWAP. Notice the pullback back to VWAP. Okay, price comes in. And what do I teach the traders? Remember what I said. I teach my traders, you fill that in. So price left off here. So you got an igniting candle up. All right, it's an overnight session. All right, price takes out that wick right there. That's my entry. Right there, right over the top of those wicks or over the body. Right there, that's the candle I'm in on. Right there. I can get in on that because why? Because green erased red. That's why. Green erased the red. So the bears were nullified, all right? Right there. So I can get in, I can take that all the way up. Now you get the bearish engulfing. Okay, so you're closing in on your position, you're selling off half of it or 3/4 because you got that bearish engulfing right up there. Okay, because you don't want it to come back on you. All right, you're tightening up your stock. This is where it gets stressful right there. It just flatlines because look, it just, from here, if I draw a line straight across, there's not much edge up here. Okay, we're getting near the top now. Okay, we're getting almost near the trend line. See, the trend line is coming in right there. How do I know if a pullback? I stay with it as long as the 3 is up over the 8. All right, I stay with it as long as the 3 is up over the 8. All right, if you see it hook over, see the hook, Matt? Okay, that's when your knees buckle and you say, I got to do something. Right, you see the hook? That's when your knees buckle and you say, hold on, I got to take some action here. Okay? Remember, as soon as you get the red candle, okay, you can get out if you want to. It's your call. It's your money. Remember, you can get right back in when the bulls erase the red candle, right? Think about it, traders, okay? Look at all these green candles up. You get a red candle that's bearish engulfing. You get a hook, it's starting to hook over now. Maybe I better get out. Or you can wait till here and get out. It's up to you. All right. But remember, you can always get back in when the bulls come back up through and erase the red candle. But it's getting near the end of the day, right? What time is it? Let's look at what time it is, okay? Okay, it's 2:40, 2:50, right? Okay. Can the bulls come back in and erase the red candle? Yeah, they can. Okay. But you just had a nice run all the way from, well, 11:30 clear up to 2:30. Right there. See, that's a 2:30 reversal right there. Right into 2:30 reversal time. Remember, you can always get back in when the bulls come back in and take out the body of that candle. Okay, soon as they clear the body of this, the body of that red candle, I can get back in. So right here, I can get right back in. They cleared the body of the last red candle. I can get in and ride it up. Here's a red candle, then it comes in with a green one. It's not hooking over yet. Now it starts to hook over right here. Right there. And Carol asked, I position these trades 1 day out or 2 days or 1 day. The date on my contracts, Friday, Carol. I want them to expire Friday. I like Friday because Friday has more open interest. So these candles today, all right, these were 3 DTEs. Okay, 3 days till expiration because, we're dealing with Friday. Here, let me pull up my calendar. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3. 0 would be today. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and that's Friday. So I want them to expire on a Friday because I got Yeah, because I got more open interest on Fridays. Yeah, I place trades on Friday, but they're for the next Friday. Yeah, if they're directional, they're for the next Friday. If they're spreads that I want to decay rapidly, they're for the very next day. So yeah, on Friday, the next Friday, exactly. And sometimes on Thursday, the next Friday, depends on how much room I see in front of it. By Friday, SPY might be 512. That's right. That'd be great. Yeah. I want some time to correct things, or if I want to hold it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, now this works the same way on the bearish chart. Okay. All right. Okay. You see you're underneath anchored. You're underneath VWAP. You see red, erase green. You can get in. Red erases green. See the flush to the downside. Red erases green. It comes down. Okay. Red erases green. You can short it down in there. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the bearish stack. Okay. So what does the bearish stack look like? That's price under the 3. So now my 3 is my yellow line right here. And my white line is my 8. And then the dots, some guys call them the trend indicators, are the 17 EMA. Okay, so here I'm looking for price under my 3, under my 8, under my falling 17 EMA right there. How do I set my VWAP? I just go, Carol, I just do this. Watch this. It's pretty easy. Do you have TC 2000? All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume. So okay, you got TC 2000. I hit add a plot. All right, I hit search. I just, look at this. It's real easy. I just hit VWAP right there. See that? And then I choose it. It's going to be hard to see because it's really fine and small, but that says VWAP. All right, and then here it is right here. And then I edit it, and I can crank it up or make it a different color if I want it to be, I don't know, pink. Okay, see how it's pink now? I can turn it off. I can turn it back on. I can make it really super thick. Right there. Okay? But I don't need it because I already got it. But that's how easy it is. Okay? To put the VWAP on there. So on the bearish stack, so let's go back to the 2-hour chart and look, okay, at the SPY. Okay? So when I woke up this morning and I did the thing with the traders, I said, hey guys and girls, I said, we have a 2-hour uptrend. And this is what I do with my traders in my room at 9:15. Actually, I also do it at like 8:15. I say, hey, traders, we got a 2-hour uptrend. The 3 is on top of the 8. Price is on top of the 3. 3's on the 8. They're about to move up over the 17. Okay, then I say, and on the 10-minute chart, okay, we left off with a 10-minute downtrend, but in the pre-market, I'm telling them, we got a 10-minute uptrend going on inside our 2-hour uptrend. So I say to them, I say, hey guys and girls, if green erases red, I'm going to be getting in. And I tell them, I'm going to be looking for, what's the price there? 502. I'm going to be looking for 498 calls. okay, that expire on Friday. I let them know this ahead of time. If green erases red, I'm going to be looking for 498 calls that expire Friday. That's going to be the product of choice. Okay? And I'm looking for green to erase red and continue on and flare up to the upside. Okay? Yeah, I'm using extended hours in the morning, Dave, so I can see the price action. I had a 10-minute uptrend in the price action in the morning. Okay? And we had a 2-hour uptrend in the price action in the morning. So I'm telling my traders, hey, if green erases red, this is a scenario where I would take a position to see if it goes higher. I know we're at resistance, but I think we may go higher because why? Okay? Price still didn't make a higher high yet. Okay? See, here's the high. All right? We didn't make a higher high. And I told my traders, I'm like, hey, you know what? The bad news is price didn't make a higher high. But the good news is price made a higher low over here and it made a higher low right here. So the pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce the higher high. Remember I said that earlier? You guys remember me saying that earlier? If the bulls make a higher low, the pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce the higher high. I say this quite often, okay? If the bulls make a higher low, okay, it's going to have pressure on them to make that higher high. So there's a good chance we're going to come back up and test this high, and we might even blast through. And now you notice we made the higher high. It took them a while, but they did it. Now this one, guess what we played there? We played an inverse head and shoulders on the 10-minute chart. I'll just box it out so you can see it. There was the head. Okay, remember all this price action wasn't done. Okay, here's my right shoulder and then there's my left shoulder. Okay, and I'm telling traders like, hey, notice off the left shoulder the arm extends to this location right here. Okay, so there's a chance if we break this neckline right there, see the neckline? This left neck, right neck. If we break this neckline right there, the right arm might extend as far as the left arm. Okay? So notice how far it got. Got pretty close, didn't it? Okay? I said we have a head and shoulders pattern. Okay? So when we see green erase red coming up over that neckline, here we got the pop right there. Okay? Head and shoulders. Left arm, right arm. See the extension? I said it's a good chance the right arm goes and extends as far as the left arm does. Okay, we didn't quite get as far, but notice we got the higher low right here, and then we finally popped a higher high right up there. Okay, so that was the inverse head and shoulders. You know what? On top of that, it was a 1 hour, get this, MMRP. Believe it or not, it was a 1 hour MMRP. Market Makers Reversal Pattern. If you don't know what that is, okay? It's just an acronym. Okay, I'm gonna hit the 1 hour chart. Okay, so you can see what I saw when I saw it. We had on the 10-minute chart some resistance right through here. Right on top of that, right there. We were being held down. And we were in a downtrend right there. See this? This was definitely a downtrend. You can tell it's a downtrend because you got price under the 3. 3's under the 8. The 8's underneath a falling 17. Okay, so we had The first part of the market maker's reversal pattern is the igniting candle that breaks through resistance for the bullish. Okay, so here's the bullish igniting candle. Now you can't see it, but if you're in the BYOB room, we teach you to draw that in. Okay, so you've got the big green candle. It's invisible to you. You can't see it, but you got to draw it in because you're an experienced trader and you're in the BYOB trading room. So you draw it in. Igniting candle right there. Okay, so now I flip to the 1 hour chart. Okay, there's the igniting move breaking through resistance. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in on the 1 hour chart. Okay, right here. This is where you find your edge, is knowing your patterns. Okay, so here's the igniting move right up to there. Okay, so there's the igniting candle right there. This is the pause candle. These are the necessary candles. Here's the pause candle. These two are the check of support candles. This one and this one. And then you notice the next three candles. Each one makes a higher low and a higher high than the previous candle. And we call them price advancement candles. And I only count on 3. But I've seen situations where I've had 9 or 10. Okay? So here's price advancement candle 1, price advancement candle 2, and then price advancement candle 3 is a spinning top doji. Right there. Where do I get the clip from on the left to get that column? You can do it right here. You can take your rectangle, Stefan. Take your rectangle and just draw it in like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be fancy. Or you can do this. You can download Epic Pen. Just Google it. All right? And you can get Epic Pen. All right? And you can do it yourself. You can use Epic Pen, or you can get the rectangle, and you can take this rectangle and draw it in. Igniting move. And you can take that rectangle and you can edit it. And let's say you want to thicken it up. See how thick you can get it right there to draw it in. And then you can get the filling inside. Okay, so now you got a green candle there. You can kind of squeeze it in a little bit together. See if I can get it to squeeze in some. Anyways, you can use that or you can use the Epic Pen. Either one. All right, so there's the 1 hour MMRP. Igniting move, pause, check of support, 3 price advancement candles to the upside. On top of that, we had the inverse head and shoulders. And we bounced off of, guess what? Major support right here. Okay? Minor support is going to be these 2 hills of this consolidation area right here. Okay, so this is consolidation of price action. The 2 hills, the double top there, that's the minor support. The major support are these valleys down below. That's the price action making the tails. The wicks are the minor support. The tails are the major support. And you notice in the tails, that's where buyers showed up before. You see price came down and buyers bought it right back up. You know, price came down and buyers bought it right back up. Okay, so now price comes down again only 40 days later, and guess what happens? Buyers buy it right back up. Okay? So we look to the left, and what do we see? Well, this is where price action bounced up. This would be support. I'm going to look for the bulls to make a higher low. They did. Then they start making higher highs. Green erases red. That's where I want in on this trade. Okay? That's where I want in. Green erases red. 2-hour uptrend. 10-minute uptrend in the 2-hour uptrend. I do the same thing every day. It's no different. It's like a grind. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking for the 10-minute uptrend in the 2-hour uptrend. And I'm trying to stay clear of the chop. And I'm trying to stay clear of the flat line. Okay? Yeah, but this is the epic. This is the epic pen. And I think you're trying to make it funny. Right? I do find that funny. This is the epic pen. Yeah. Yeah. It's a funny pun. Yeah. I don't know how to do that yet, Trader X, but that is a good idea. But I've been doing this for a long time. Like you just know what to look for. Like this one gaps down, you know to fill it in with red. You can already, you don't even need to fill it in. You can just visualize it because you know exactly what's going on. That's a big bear reversal right there. Right there. So Tesla equals 164. Good for QQQ. As long as it's moving up, Silas, I would say that it's good for QQQ. As long as it's in an uptrend. Okay? NQ moved big after hours. Maybe SPY will too. We'll see. SPY is getting into some resistance here. See that? But we got no sign of the bears showing up. So I just have to continue with my 2-hour uptrend. Again, I'm looking for green to erase red. But I got to recognize I'm running right into resistance. Right here. The next stop up is 509.23. Okay? I trade futures in the night. Sometimes. Yes, I trade futures. I only do the minis, Carol, because I just got started on it. Some of the guys in my room kept urging me to come over to the dark side, so I did. They said, John, you got to come with us. Come on over to the dark side. It's better on your taxes. So I just started, and I like it. Yeah. All right, traders, okay, you know the deal. It's a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend in it. That's my edge. And I recognize my edge each time, okay? Where I don't have an edge is when I'm running right into resistance, all right? And if I'm short, when I'm running right into support, that's where I don't have an edge, okay? It's that simple. No edge running into support. Okay? Running into resistance. No edge running into resistance. All right? No edge there. Sometimes it's better just to be patient and save your ammunition for another day. Okay? So that's where I don't have an edge. All right? And I do the same thing every day in the room. Yes, I do writing. In my E-Trade account, yes. Most of the time it's in the form of spreads, Matt. When I'm doing some writing, but most of the time it's in the form of spreads. Yeah, not naked. Very rare that I do anything naked. I can do it. I'm level 3, but I'm not level 4. But most of the time it's in the form of level of spreads. Yeah. All right, traders, somebody's got some questions, so go ahead and put them in there. Let me help you. I know you guys got some questions. You want to look at Tesla? I'll look at Tesla for you. I'm getting new internet, guys. Okay, here it comes. All right, so yes, that igniting candle is good for the yen QQQ. Yes, I like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, we have a 2-hour uptrend. You have a 2-hour cross right here. All right, so tomorrow morning, okay, look at this. You have a 10-minute uptrend inside the 2-hour uptrend. Okay, so for tomorrow morning, what do I look for? I'm looking for green to erase red to jump in on this uptrend. Okay? I use the options, G, because I like the options. A lot of the pit traders in the room don't do futures, so I do it on my own by myself. So I use the options in the room. I can do either or. But there's more open interest, G, in SPY contracts than there are in SPX contracts. There's like most times 10 times more. And I get leverage when I use SPY contracts. Does that make sense? Thanks, CJ. You know what I'm saying? I get leverage when I use SPY contracts. I get like 10 to 1 leverage. So me using SPY contracts is easier than SPX. I've got more open interest and I'm safer. And SPY, yeah, by far more traded option. Yeah, period. Yeah. Thanks, Ed. Okay, so that's why I've been doing SPY. I've never had a problem with liquidity. You know, when you don't have good liquidity, G, you get burned by the market maker and by the slippage and the spread. Okay, so I know you've been there. If you've tried, you know, you'll see some of these like $50 stocks have a $2 wide spread. It's ridiculous. Okay, and or $4 wide spread. It's ridiculous. And why? Because there's not enough open interest. So they exploit the fact that no one's interested. So he's gonna profit off of everything. Target Microsoft plus Coke earnings target 420. I'm a little miffed by that. I mean, I don't know what you mean, Silas, on that. Okay, Rob says, so do I have 3 chart templates? You watch the 10-minute, the 1 hour, and the 2 hours at the same time? No. I mostly trade the SPY. So all I got to do is look at the SPY in the morning. Okay, I'm in a 2 hour. All right. I get in my room. I tell my traders, hey guys, we got a 2 hour uptrend. All right. I'm looking for a 10-minute uptrend where green erases red. So I don't need the other charts on there. All I need is my 10-minute because that's all I'm focused on. All I want is my 10-minute. I just want to see green erase red and then I can jump in. I'm just waiting. I wait patiently for what I'm looking for, and that's for the green to erase the red so that I can get in. I already know I got the 2-hour stack, okay? Now I'm just waiting for that 10-minute stack for some sign of green erasing red so that I can jump in on it, okay? So I don't need the 1 and the 2 because I already know I got the 2-hour chart, because that's why I'm working with the 10. So all I'm doing is working with the 10 because I already know the 2 hours in an uptrend. Trader X says Tesla. Oh, bounced. Yeah, look. So Trader X is showing you, look at that. That's a, guess what? You call it a trend line or you call it a diagonal support line, okay? And Trader X is showing you Tesla getting the rip at that point in time. See that? He's drawing it in for you. Coincidence? All right, so take advantage of that. The bulls jumped in. Now all you want to see is 10-minute uptrend. Hopefully you get that higher low. Again, look for that higher low, traders, so you can jump in once that higher low is established. Look for the bulls to come in, and because there'll be pressure on the bulls to make that higher high. And look for them to move, back to the halfback. So you take the high and the low and put your quad lines in like this. Look for them to move it all the way back up to 220. I'm on a weekly chart, by the way. But, look for them to come back and test this resistance over here. See these valleys? Those valleys are going to represent minor resistance. Okay, while the peaks, because price is underneath it, will represent major resistance. Each one of these peaks. Okay? So that's where I have an edge. All right? And that's where I recognize that I have an edge. And the important part is you want to find success. Where's your edge? You might be a swing trader. Find your edge. Where do you have the most success? Trade in that box. Okay? That's the moral to the story. All right? Find your edge. Find that 2-hour uptrend, that weekly uptrend with a daily uptrend inside it. Okay? There's lots of them out there. All right? If you're a swing trader, if you're a day trader, I'm looking for that 2-hour uptrend with a 10-minute uptrend inside it. All right? Okay, any questions at all? If there's none, I'm going to wrap it up. It's past Ed's bedtime, so we're going to call it a night. All right? If there's any questions, okay, if I buy options, do I buy STM or a little in the money? I buy in the money. How often does price drop rapidly and takes out my position? If I'm at resistance, it does it quite often. If I'm going long at resistance, it has done that before. Microsoft got $1 billion from Coca-Cola. Okay, thanks VJ. Thanks G. On this Tesla chart, green already erases red, so would you buy at the open at the pre-market? I would look at the price action, Carrie, all right, on Tesla in the 10-minute time frame, all right? And I'm sure you're going to get a pullback, probably back to this area right here. See this? See these red candles? Okay, as soon as you top off those red candles, that's a buy for me. All right, you're going to get some more red candles, all right, eventually. And then when you see green, maybe even, it only has to be one. If you see green, erase that one red candle or those 4 red candles. All right? That's your signal to go long. Okay? But look overhead. Make sure you, please, traders, look overhead and see where resistance is going to be. Okay? So you notice right here, look at that. The bottoms of these tails, there's no room to move right here. Okay? Know where you're at. Okay? You might be better to have patience and let price get on top of that resistance and now make it act as support and let it consolidate up there. Okay? There's no room to move right here. There's very little reward and more risk than there is reward. All right? Recognize where you're at. And this is what I'm saying. This was what the whole thing was about. Okay? Was talking about your edge. All right? Where was the edge? Well, the edge was right here when it made a higher low off of that weekly support line, weekly trend line, weekly diagonal support line, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Then you notice the bullish price action. See how it moves up and consolidates? See, this is what I'm talking about, the right stuff. See how it goes up and it holds the line. See how the soldiers break through the resistance and they hold the line up here. Okay, that's what you're looking for. They move up and they hold. Okay, that's your clue right there. Higher low, and then what do you get? Blast off right there. But recognize where you're at. You're right into resistance. Okay? Let it get on top and do the consolidation thing. Okay? Don't be the sucker. All right? Let it get on top and consolidate. Then you take it when you got the edge. All right? Does that make sense? Okay? There's very little reward up here. You could get rejected all the way back down to, well, support, which would be right here. Okay? So you could be buying this and it comes back to here. All right? So you're right into resistance right here. Okay? Recognize that. It's not the best place to be buying. Let it get up, consolidate, then you can get in on it. That's what I like to do. It takes a little bit of patience, but as a trader, you're going to learn to have some. All right, Matt says 10 SPI options equals 1. Yes, most times yes. Yes, Matt, that's true. Stu says thanks, great job. Thanks, Stu. Trader X, always love it when you show up. Tesla respects the technicals very well for what it's worth. That's the same trend line. Carol, thanks so much. Thank you, Carol, for being here. Thomas DeVito, awesome. Thank you for being here. Ron says thanks. HJ says thanks. Doug, great analysis. Thank you, Doug. All right, there you go. And there's Mike right there. Ed shared it. If you want to get a pass to the room for 30 days, $24.50. I'm telling you, traders, if you don't make $24.50 in my room, talk to me. Okay? I'm telling you right now, if you don't make $24.50 in 30 days, please talk to me. And don't wait till day 30. All right? You should have $24.50 on day 1. All right? Talk to me, people. Does this approach work on 2-hour charts to avoid day trading status? You want to avoid day trading status. Milton, I would look for weekly charts with daily uptrends, okay? Or you could go to 3-day uptrends, all right, and look for 4-hour uptrends in those 3-day uptrends, okay, on a 3-day chart, okay? So I don't want you getting flagged or bumped for day trading status. I have not. I don't have TOS Trader X, but I'm sure a lot of this stuff has its values. My preferable is the anchored VWAP. Yeah, you want something you're going to have to hold, Milton, for a little while. But you're allowed to make a few round trips in a week, like Ed said. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks. No regrets. HJ learned a lot. Robert Green, awesome. Nice to see you again, Robert. R2D2. Gilbert, thanks. Brad, Stefan, Matt, Silas, Carrie. Are most of my trading actions in the morning? I trade what the price action tells me. Sometimes it doesn't, like this trade on the SPY didn't show up till 11:30. Remember I showed you that one on the SPY in the 10-minute? Okay, so this one, okay, didn't clear. Okay, green didn't erase red till, you can see, the reverse started at 11:30, but you notice the entry was at 12:50. Okay, now I did take this short to do the gap fill, and when we noticed that the bears could not fill the gap, we said that the bears are weak, and then we observed the bullish igniting candle. That would have been the 1-hour MMRP and the inverse head and shoulders, and then we began to trade that pattern right there. Yeah, I do some actions in the morning, but most of all, I'm looking for price action where green erases red or red erases green if I'm short. It could happen at any time. Yeah, he's talking about the pattern day trader rule. Yes, cash accounts are. That's right. So when it takes out the body of the red candle with a green candle, you put the stop on the low of the green candle. I put the stop on the low of the red move. All right, so bear in mind, price action here took out all these red candles. The stop goes down here. I couldn't handle that, but the stop goes right underneath this 10-minute candle right there. See that tail? That'd be low of day, 10 cents below low of day. And when I called that out, I said, stop 10 cents below low of day on that one, Rob. For anchored very well, what do you use to anchor it? Carol, I use prior lows and prior highs. So I have anchored VWAPs up here at the triple top, another anchored VWAP here at the triple top. I'll have one at the low down here. So I use prior lows, prior highs. Thanks again, Carol. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Carol. Iris, do you typically trade SPY, QQQ, diamonds versus equities? I will trade whatever I see that I like, but I prefer the SPY. I'm very familiar with it. I'm not afraid to trade QQQ or Diamond Dow, but I'm so much more familiar with the SPY. So I tend to stick with the SPY. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of liquidity. Thanks, Trader X. You too. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So I tend to trade SPY more than QQQ or diamonds. Most of the time, whatever direction SPY is going, QQQ is going to follow it. Diamond Dow, not necessarily. All right. Thanks, Irish. I hope y'all try a trial. All right. I mean, love to have you in the room. The more the merrier. You can ask me questions all day long. No, Matt, I use FNGU. FNGU is my leading indicator for SPY. I keep it on my other chart. Let me see if I can find it. Which one is it? It's this one right here. I use these right here. Okay, I got T2123. And I got it broke down like this, Matt. From 90 to 100 is the overbought zone. From 76.10 to 90 is the buy zone. From 50 to 76.10 is the buyer's chop zone. And then this is the seller's chop zone from the 50-yard line down to the 22. And then I got a sell zone on the bottom 10. So I use that, and I use this T2123. Okay, I'm looking for higher lows and higher highs. Okay, if they continue making higher lows and higher highs, these are my leading indicators. And the last one is this baby right here, the FNGU. Okay, when that's green all day, now this is the heavyweights in the SPY. There's probably a 95% chance if this is green, SPY is going to be green. Thanks, Matt. If this is green, there's probably a 95% chance that the SPY is going to be green and moving up too. You can see right there. Yeah, because this only has 10 holdings inside it. They're almost equally weighted, but those 10 holdings are probably the top are in the top 20 for QQQ and in the top 20 for SPY. Most of the time, those top 10 right there. And they happen to be the heavyweights inside both of them. So wherever this guy moves, all right, it's going to drag most of the time QQQ and SPY with it. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Come get a trial, just $24.50. Actually, there's 3. You can get a trial from me for 30 days. You want to know a secret? You know what I would do? If I was a beginning trader, I would take a trial in my room in BYOB, and I would take, when 30 days is up, I'd go visit HRC, hit and run candlesticks, and then when my 30 days is up, I would cancel your subscription, so you don't get charged for a full month, and then I would go try right way options, and that right there for $75, you would have 90 days of experienced traders helping you write your plan, come up with your edge, help you with your mistakes, get you closer to success for 90 days straight for only $75. Okay? And you would have the next 90 days all tied up between 3 professional traders. And just something to think about, okay? Okay, you do one room, cancel it, start the next room, cancel it, start the next room. And then you look to see which one of us would be the best fit for you. Now, I know day trading's not for everybody. I'm not, I didn't, I know it's not for everybody. I know swing trading's not for everybody. Okay? I know a lot of people that are scared of options. I was at one time. Okay? So you find out which one is best for you. All right? And I think you'll find a nice place to land between the 3 of us. And I urge you to start with paper, not real money. Learn the strategy, learn the flagship strategies out of each room. Okay? I just gave you mine. It's the same thing every day. It's a grind. It's the 2-hour uptrend with a 10-minute uptrend inside it. That's one of mine. Okay? So, and then I think you'll find a home with one of us. And I hope to see you in my room or Doug's room or in Rick's room. And I thank you for showing up tonight and giving me some of your valuable time. So I hope you learned something. And I wish y'all a good night. And I wish y'all success with your trading. And my email, again, is, I'm always available here to help anybody. All right? So don't be afraid. Don't be a stranger. Send me an email. Even if you just want to say hi, that's cool. All right? A lot of you guys I know were part of my room, and I'm happy you found a home here at somebody's place. It's not in my room. It might be in Rick's room. It might be in Doug's room. And I'm happy for you that you found a home with one of the three of us. And that's it. I'm just lucky to be here, and I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful y'all showed up. So everybody have a great night. Hey, thanks, Brand. All right, traders. Great job tonight. Great job. All right. Tomorrow morning. All right. That's what we're looking for. Red erases green or green erases red. That's the deal. Okay. You know what to look for. You got your marching orders. All right. So everyone have a good night. Thank you.